Hi. I I think my cat is a mold cat. And what I mean by that is she distinctly seeks it. She's an alert cat, mold alert cat. Um Couple of reasons I think this. First off, in my apartment, I'm fairly sure there's mold. I've actually found it on stuff that I've had to get rid of. Not too bad, but um I've been able to control it. I'm just gonna bring the UV light to my mom's house, I think. Because I was just talking to AI. I don't really care for AI, but I tell you, AI is only as good as the information that you put in. So I surprised AI because AI kept telling me bullshit and I had to keep rebutting. Like, but this is what she's doing. This is why I think that. This is the reason, right? And then AI said, oh my gosh, you're actually right. Like, AI has searched all the reasons and said, yeah, that's right. That's brilliant. Your cat's a fucking genius, just like you. Motherfucker said that shit, really. Not those words, but it said that's genius. That's brilliant. So here's the story, okay? Forget the V2K because she alerts on that as well. And we can talk about that later. I want to talk about that now though, because I can't just thinking about it. That's where it starts. That's where my cat alerting starts. That is, I think animals just do that around me. My mom's cat does it as well. And pattern recognition, you have to notice these behaviors and you'll understand. If you start asking why, pattern recognition and ask why. That's what the GATE program is. That's the reason why I was an advanced reader. That's the reason I got an encyclopedia as a kid. Like, bitch. Okay? So here we go. Okay. First of all, I'm going to start with you're never going to get an angry voice file out of me. And if you do it, it's an accident. It's not me being angry. It's me being annoyed with being pressured all the time. PTSD, bitch. But anyways, because I trained my dog. I trained my animals. My dog was a service dog. This is a service cat. My cat, I started training her with a hand signal now. We used to have a vocal recall, right? It's very hard to get a cat to recall. Almost impossible. I tried when I was a kid. I remember one of my first cats, Max, the orange cat, right? Crazy little orange fucking cat. And very good at home. I wanted to take Max on a walk before school one day. And I took Max outside with a little leash around his neck. And he got out. And he said, fuck that bitch. Because I was dumb. I was old enough to walk to school by myself, right? Because I remember having to search for him in the bushes made me late. And I was like, oh shit. Like, my mom didn't get to call because she's already at work. I just got to go to the office and be late. Like, it's like a no call, no show, you know? Like, as a kid, you don't know what the fuck that is. You're just late. Your teacher's like, they're late. They don't know. They don't think. So this was going to go into like other things too, because think about all the kids that show up to school late. Like, they got to get their fucking own asses to school. That was me. I had to take my own ass to school and be on time since I was a little kid. So anyways, back to Max. I knew what time I had to leave at, right? So I was going to school. Wanted to take Maxie out right before motherfucking stupidest idea I think I ever had, maybe even in my life. No, I could name another one. But I wanted to bring Max outside so bad. I put a little leash on him, and as soon as I opened the door, I don't think I even got to shut it. As soon as I opened the door, motherfucker slipped out the leash and ran straight into the bushes. And then I don't know, within 30 minutes, I want to say, 30 fucking minutes, I'm sitting there calling his ass. I got to crawl in the bushes. I don't know, me then, me now. I was a lot smaller then. I still did not want to go in those bushes. So I went in the bushes. I got the fucking cat out. And I never did that again. Max was not an outside cat that I ever tried to walk again. That's maybe the reason I don't walk my cat right now. A little bit of it. That's part of it. Like, cats are going to do what they want to do. So she's very much an inside cat. And We have a close relationship. So she used to come when I would say, "Bow, bow, bow," and she would come running from any room that she was in, anywhere. She would come running. Right? If I was looking for her before that, it was food. I would get her food bowl out, shake the food bowl, and she'd come running for food. She still comes running for food, but now she has preoccupations. So what I mean by that is, "Bow, bow, bow" does not work anymore. I said, "Bow, bow, bow," and when I, like, a few weeks ago, it used to be this one corner, and I thought it was because it's like the cleanest corner, thinking like, oh, my cat's smart. She's not actually that smart. She's protective. So, natural feline instinct. She wants to smell with her environment. So she found the stinkiest place in the environment, and she went there to smell. And I have a little house there for her. It's on a windowsill that's next to my bathroom. There's no plumbing there, but if a neighbor's, let's say, air conditioner unit vents to right there on that wall, the water leaking into the building could be causing issues with the vapor barrier. And so she's laying on the windowsill, and she won't come when I call her. And she used to come when I call her almost instantly. Bow, bow, bow. Not more than like 3 times. Because when I had my dog, I never, ever, ever wanted to be that person who was saying, caught in the park saying, come here, right? And then your dog not coming, and you're just like, fucking shit. So with my dog, it was different. With my dog, it was because she didn't pick up on come here, but she did pick up on me turning my back to her, right? My dog said, we're cool over here. We're cooling. Oh, shit, you're leaving? I gotta go. That's how my dog knew it was time to go. So, like, training animals, train them whatever the fucking way you want to train them, but understand what your training is. So, my cat stopped reacting to her vocal call, and then this little, like, mold popped up in my house in one area and another area, and it's starting to, like, slowly close in on me from every single thing, from the windows to the walls, bitch. And I believe there to be a slow leak. It's not a slow leak anymore because I can see that the floor now directly in front of my bathroom is starting to swell. So there's no leaks from within my apartment. Like right now, the closest thing to a leak, and I have something to catch it, is my bonnet. I just hand washed it in the sink because I was gonna wear it, and I wrung it out. So it's barely any water dripping. I didn't think there was any water dripping. And then I saw a dot hit the floor, so I put a paper towel under it immediately. So right now the paper towel is still dry, so it's not even that much water. That is not enough to make the floor swell in the way that it's swelling. So anyways, my cat, when I would let her out her crate, she used to do this thing where she would walk the entire perimeter of my apartment on a security check, right? Cats are checking for shit. Anything that's different, she wants to see it. That's cat nature. And I've observed it for a while. I watch it every day. Pattern recognition. Here we go. Right? So, in the last couple weeks since I cleaned out the drawer where I first found the mold, she runs directly to that spot and sits there, and she will not leave it. And this is what I was telling AI. I have some screenshots I'll show in a minute. So I was telling this to AI, and AI is like, no, your cat's not. Because I asked AI, is my cat a mold alert cat? And it's like, no. But then as I explained why I think that, it told me eventually, you're brilliant. Okay? So my cat, instead of walking the perimeter of my apartment, she goes directly to the mold spot and stays there. AI says, cat's nature, they are guarding animals, and she views the mold as an intruder. Makes perfect sense, right? It has a very earthy smell. She could smell it over anything else. So she's laying in it for a couple reasons. Cats don't want to, if there's an enemy, A cat's scent is the only thing that fucking is gonna get it fucked up. So cats will blend in the best they can with their surroundings. So they'll lay on the ground and they'll rub their shit in the ground, kind of like a dog. But they just make sure that they smell like their surroundings. They don't go pee in the same place. They don't sleep even in the same place regularly because they don't want to be found by like an enemy, right? That's why your cat's gonna switch sleeping spots. You should have 1,000,000 cat beds because your cat wants to sleep everywhere, like territory marking shit, right? So she views the mold as a predator. She saw, I think, she saw that I threw the stuff from the drawer out, threw the drawer out. She probably saw like the emotion behind it, right? And so now, if I let her out of her crate, she goes directly to the mold spot. And then I have to go and physically get her, whereas before I could go, bah, 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 and she'd perk her head up and come running to me. Now we have a hand signal, right? And then I still audio it so she understands it's a cue. As a triangle, and I put my hands in a triangle. I seen it on like an Instagram or something, like put your hands in a triangle and see what your cat does. They come and they put their face in it. Almost every cat's gonna do it. It's not like a hand signal I just made up out of nowhere. So I put my hands in a triangle, and sure enough, the bitch comes running straight up because I put them in a triangle and then I slipped it over her head, and she's like, I like that. So now when I do it, it's reward, instant reward, right? She likes being pet. So put my hands in a triangle. She sees the triangle. It's like the same reaction that she has when I brush her. She likes being brushed. So when I brush her, she'll come for the brush. When your cat likes you, so we now have a hand signal triangle, and I was explaining to AI, like, I communicate with my cat now. The only way I can get her to come to me instantly in the manner I used to get her to come to me instantly is with a physical hand signal, and she will run directly to me immediately. And AI recognizes that, like, damn, bitch, that is genius. That it's a fucking service cat, bitch. So she's also a mold detector. Your cat is also probably a mold detector, and I also now believe that she is telling me that there's mold by my window. There's mold on the wall in my closet area. There's mold in my kitchen by the sink, just directly in front of the sink, and there's mold in my bathroom. She has alerted, and there's actually mold in the center of my apartment because it's not common for her to lay directly in the middle of the floor, and she just did that the other day, and I think that was a signal, right? Because she's either, when she's in my apartment, she's normally like two places. It used to be laying with me on the couch or in her hammock, and if it with the crate door open, she'll stay in her hammock all day. That's why I don't mind having her in the crate all day, but I don't think that I should have to have the door to her crate closed all day, because she used to be able to walk freely and stretch her legs and exercise as she wanted to. So that's how I'm explaining what may not necessarily be visible. I have a fucking mold service cat. It's a mold working cat, not just service cat. There's that. And then when I'm at my mom's house, she's sitting in the closet that's directly next to her shower. And I think that her hot water heater comes up, and that's where the plumbing for the shower goes through. And she sits on that, like, by the wall in a little cubby hole. But in there's a couple things, a couple of reasons why I think a lot of my stuff is in there. And I think that there may have been mold from the previous place we lived at. But I can't recall necessarily what in that apartment was near anything that, oh, all her clothes from fucking Hawaii. All her shit from Hawaii has mold on it. That's it. Yep. she's had mold since Hawaii. So that's just to tell you, don't fucking walk next to me, bitch. Like, people out in public, really, really, mold is that serious. If you don't know how to clean it, you have to go outside in the sun. You have to wear your clothes outside in the sun. Like, you have to be outside. Um, you have to be outside. And my cat is so sensitive that when we're at my mom's house, that's one of the only places she goes and hangs out, is in that fucking closet. That's why I know I can find her. She doesn't want to hang out. She likes to hang out. My cat likes to hang out. But when I think about the places that she goes and sits, because she's not a scaredy cat, she's not a bush cat. She's had the experience of going up high. My fucking God, my cat is a mold cat. I literally trained a fucking cat to detect mold. Like, unknowingly. I don't blame one connection to the other, because mold is naturally occurring, but that's just how much mold there is. That is just because I don't have anything from Hawaii in my closet. I do. That's a mistake. I gotta get that shit out. Your clothes, throw them out. You just need 3 shirts. Really, all the clothes have to go. It doesn't matter how many times you wash it. That's it. So it really can be picked up from anywhere, but there has to be underlying issue feeding it. So the mold in my apartment is not my fault. It's the water fixtures that are feeding it, because mold will not grow. That's why I have to have my shit at 40%, and I'm watching this shit, and I gotta call my mom like immediately and let her know that she's got motherfucking mold all over everything. I shouldn't be worried about going to her house. I should be, but oh my God. So anything that she would have brought from Hawaii that she didn't wash. So we're going to order some UV lights to her house. Because, yeah. And that's how you prevent mold. You just don't go to Hawaii. Fucking shit. Hawaii has a really big mold problem. Pretty much anyone who's gone to Hawaii. Yep. You brought that shit back with you in a suitcase, right? That's why I see all these suitcases. It's these people trying to let me know. Like, so let's get like the big story without blaming people, but pattern recognition, right? All the people, this is MK Ultra, bitch. MK Ultra New World Order. MK Ultra New World Order. If you go anywhere, if you travel, this is how clean you have to be in order to not fucking get mold. If you travel anywhere with anything, you have to wash it. I clean my bags out as soon as I get home. For the most part, every single bag that I have, where I bring in stuff from the outside, or I've been outside all day and I have a bunch of shit, I clean that shit out. I clean that shit out, or the stuff stays in the bag. I don't like bring it out, put it in, bring it out, put it in. There are certain things, but I clean them. As I bring them out and I put them in, I'm cleaning them. It's not like COVID. It's standard high. It's beyond standard hygiene, because mold is pretty much invisible, right? You're not going to see mold spores. So one little tiny spore has the ability to create millions of motherfucking spores. And the only way to keep it from growing is you have to damage the structure of it before it replicates. And you can do that with the UVA. That's what these motherfuckers are. And they really work. And they really work. And I could get a better one. But these are annoying already as it is. Because I'm wondering, how the fuck is it over there? But there's water, there's pipes. There's water, there's pipes. And it's spreading. How the fuck is it over there? Hawaii. Because it takes two to tango, bitch. It's like having sex. They say, you know how many people you've infected? Is that the shit they're talking about? Um, that's fucking crazy. But general cleaning, if you clean your shit, you're not gonna get it. Oh my God. Just throw the shit out. Don't throw it out. Don't. You gotta kill the mold before you throw it out. You cannot be irresponsible about that. Um, the only reason I left my shopping cart outside is because when I researched it, it said dog slime, vomit, mold, or whatever, harmless to humans, animals, whatever. That, whatever. It's out in the sun all day. I can't kill it. If you want this, you're gonna see it grow, and you better scrub that shit, motherfucker. That I didn't feel the need to tell people about, but I cannot get rid of anything in here. It would be very irresponsible for me to get rid of anything in here, to give anybody anything, even gifts, right? Gifts that you cannot clean. That's why I got gifts for people at work. I didn't give it to them. I still have them. And the reason I still have them is because I understand my situation more so than most people do. So send gifts straight from the motherfucking manufacturer. Don't even risk it. Fountain pens will show you that too. This is like motherfucking intelligence on a billion, and people think I'm a dumb bitch. So for the fountain pens, what I noticed with the fountain pen, in one of my bottles of ink, I don't know if it came like that, right? I can't say that it came like that from the manufacturer because it's supposed to be new, but this is MK Ultra, you know? So I don't know if it came like that or if it got a mold spore from in my apartment. It's also highly likely because it's fucking there. But the... It you guys forced me to take a 2-month trip to Hawaii, hoping that I would bring this shit back here because you knew it was over there. My brother was in Hawaii prior to me ever going there, so I wonder if maybe that's where she got it. My felon brother, who's living at her house right now. So my mom is supposed to live to like 100 something. If she does not make it, I'm coming for all of your asses. And that's that. You gotta get her a whole new house, guys. Everything. How do you convince her stubborn ass to throw all her shit out? I'm the kind, I'm like, I'll live outside. I'll live in an RV. I don't want no fucking plumbing problems. I'll piss in the fucking woods. Like, that's where you guys fucked up. This is nothing. This is convenience and comfortability. I am used to being inconvenienced my whole motherfucking life. So, this is like, for anybody, I have 3 people watching right now. Make sure you go and tell at least 3 other people that they need to clean all of their shit. Wash all this. I don't care if you haven't warned them. If you have, that's not dust, that's mold. Almost all dust is mold. If you live in an apartment and you have an HVAC system, almost all dust is mold. Because you're not going to get dust. Your HVAC system has a great motherfucking filter on it. That's why they call it a HEPA filter, right? HEPA filter sucking anything it can out of the air. So anything that settles didn't make it to the filter and is replicating. That's mold. That's not dust, that's mold. You have to clean up all your shit. I gotta clean up. I should start cleaning right now. Fucking shit. It's exhausting. Fuck these Legos. Oh, you can't threaten me. I wish somebody would take all this motherfucking shit. Fuck these Legos. What do I do with all this shit? This is upsetting. Is this the crash out you're looking for? Oh my god, no. Hurry up and fix the fucking underlying water problem, because I use HEPA filters. I use UVA lights, I think it is. I'm gonna get a bigger, badder motherfucker, so every time I leave, this motherfucker is lit up like a motherfucking night party. You don't even know. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Fix my plumbing. What a fucking person to pick to do this to. It's fucking crazy. I'm not worried about dying. I'm worried about you. Right? You do this to other people, the rest of your life, you're going to have a really fucked up life. On God. On God. Fix the plumbing. Why would you wait? Why would you wait until compliance day? Because you're so positive that you're going to get me to move the fuck out of here? Not without you fixing this shit. You know what you've created. You know what it is. The guy said he could put a nail in the floor. What's that going to do? He's going to nail it straight into the fucking pipe? And I got that on video. He doesn't want to replace the toilet. Why? Like, it's his apartment, bitch. You get paid by the state for a bunch of other people to live here. I've been a rent-paying tenant. How much is that a year? You made over $100,000 from me. Right? $1,000 a month, I think it was when I first moved in here. It's $12,000 a year. $24,000, $120,000 I spent on this unit. I could have a house. I don't want a house. I like my apartment. Fix it. Do the math. Get a calculator. Oh my gosh, I was listening to Too Short, and that's the math he was fucking talking about.